Hi, and welcome to today's devotional.
Hi, everyone.
We're going to look at the Beatitudes this week, and we're going to get right into it. The introductory here today has quite a few scripture readings in it. So we're going to jump right into them and have a quick little discussion setting up the Sermon on the Mount. So we got Deuteronomy 33, verse 29, and then the 86th Psalm, verse 1 through 5, and then Matthew 4, 23 through 25. Is that right, baby?
I think so.
So, okay, so go ahead, sweetheart.
Deuteronomy 33:29. Happy art thou, O Israel, who is like unto thee, O people saved by the Lord. The shield of thy help, O people, not owed. O people saved by the Lord. The shield of thy help is who is the sword of thy excellency. And thy enemies shall be found liars unto thee, and thou shalt tread upon their high places. Then in Psalms 86, 1 through 5, bow down thine ear, O Lord, hear me, for I am poor and needy. Preserve my soul, for I am holy. O thou my God, save thy servant that trusteth in thee. Be merciful unto me, O Lord, for I cry unto thee daily. Rejoice the soul of thy servant, for unto thee, O Lord, do I lift up my soul. For thou, Lord, art good and ready to forgive, and plenteous in mercy unto all them that call upon thee.
And so these are the Old Testament verses where Jesus got a lot of his inspiration for proclaiming these beatitudes. And now we're going to read a little bit of in Matthew, which is leading up to the Sermon on the Mount.
Okay, Matthew 23.
Matthew 23 through 25. Matthew 4, 23 through 25.
Okay. And Jesus went about all Galilee, teaching in their synagogues and preaching the gospel of the kingdom, and healing all the manner of sickness and all manner of disease among the people. And his fame went throughout all Syria, and they brought unto him all sick people that were taken with divers diseases and torments, and those which were possessed with devils, and those which were lunatic, and those that had the palsy, and he healed them. And there followed him great multitudes of people from Galilee, and from Decapolis, and from Jerusalem, and from Judea, and from beyond Jordan.
So the Sermon on the Mount is a very Moses-esque, if that's a word, speech where it's very, very similar to Moses delivering the people from bondage. Moses was a political leader and a physical leader, and he took them out of direct physical bondage and torture and led them to conquer the Holy Land and led them to a land of milk and honey. Jesus is leading you from a spiritual bondage where you're attacked by sin and you're wrecked by the devil, and he's leading to you a spiritual freedom where you can live in peace with God for eternity. And so these are very, very similar um, um, methods here that Moses and Jesus are using to free God's people. And I wanted to get that little bit of a foundation. And so Jesus was in his ministry, and he was healing the sick, and he was providing not only physical remedy but spiritual remedy. And he got this large crowd of people, similar to when Moses was leading the Jews out of slavery. They had a very large crowd of people who had needs, and they had to be delivered.
Right.
And it's the same thing. We are poor spinners. We are poor sinners, And we need Jesus' help. We need his guidance. We thirst for the water of life. We hunger for the bread of life, which Jesus can give us. And he's going to, here in the Sermon on the Mount, address the fact that even though you were poor, and poor at this time really didn't mean physically poor, you didn't have any money, because most everybody was, but it was those who were searching for salvation is who they were talking about when they're talking about the poor here. And that's who Jesus is speaking to, and we'll talk about in the Beatitudes.
And in the world today, people are hungry and they're thirsting after something. They just don't know what it is until God calls them to him to be saved.
And if you were paying attention to Pastor Peyton today, this is exactly what he was talking about. We gathered together, whether through the media online or actually physically in the church, and he gave us ammunition. He gave us rest. He gave us food. He gave us drink. He gave us what we needed to scatter out and show what Jesus' love can do for you.
That's right, he did. And it was wonderful today to know that we can do things to serve Jesus, whether we're at church or whether we're here. You know, it's just a beautiful thing. So we can help our neighbors and our families and all that. God has given us that, just like Peyton said today. He has given us that opportunity right now.
There you go. So go ahead and read the first 10, 12 verses of Matthew chapter 5, and tomorrow we'll get deep into the Beatitudes themselves.
Okay, sounds good.
All right. We'll talk to y'all later. Bye-bye.
Have a good day. Bye.